2025. A big year of events which happened, maybe with you or not, but definitely with me. This year wasn't loud all the time. It didn't always look exciting from the outside, but it changed me in very quiet ways I didn't expect. Here were moments I thought I had everything figured out, and moments where I had absolutely no idea what I was doing, but I was proud of the wins that I achieved and mistakes I've learned from. Without all of those, it wouldn't have made me grow into the person of who I am today. I think I learned a lot more of myself this year than the previous ones, and I'll be talking about all of the events of what happened this year for that to happen, because I think it was quite a big change for me personally, and I suppose that we should hop in with it now, because I don't want to get emotional, because like I already am at the beginning. Let's just get on with it already. January started on a heavy note. Unfortunately, one of my family's relatives passed away, and for a while most of us were grieving. It was a difficult time to get through, but slowly we managed to push through, forward, and heal together. On a brighter note, later in the month we had a day out exploring my city. While the Christmas decorations were still up, it was quite peaceful and honestly really beautiful. Like, all the small moments of lighting during a hard start to the year, that just brought so much brightness and happiness to me, and it was something that really, it made things better, a lot more better for me. And yeah, that was pretty much January. Not much happened besides those moments, but sometimes that is just enough. February was a turning point. I made the decision to step away from all my platforms for 4 months to focus on my finals revision, even though exams wouldn't start until May. At first it felt strange, almost uncomfortable in a way, because I was always so used to be on the routine of hopping on Discord, checking in on friends and stuff, and I didn't have that little routine anymore in my head, and it just felt really like I was missing out and just disconnected, that feeling in general. But I knew myself that leaving things until the last minute never worked out, and I wanted to do better this time. So I just completely forced myself, pretended that the internet didn't exist. And as the weeks passed, something unexpected happened. It's as if life slowed down in a way. My mind was just completely switched off about Discord, digital art, and I was just more focused on real life situation. My mind felt lighter. I had space to think, to focus, and just exist without checking my phone a lot of the time. February has taught me that stepping back isn't quitting. Sometimes it's just exactly what you need to give your mind a breather. March felt like a breath of fresh air. Spring arrived, the days got warmer and longer, and I finally started to go outside a lot more, since I always love to go out in a time like this where it's a lot more brighter and it's just peaceful for me. I spent a lot of time noticing the small things: birds, plants, sunlight, other creatures, and tiny details that usually a lot of people don't really appreciate. And we should appreciate nature more because it's there for us. It's there to calm our minds. It's there to soothe our souls. And it made me realize how much beauty we miss when we're always rushing in this busy world that we live in today. My aunt from Portugal also came to stay with us for a month, and honestly, she brought so much energy into the house. We laughed a lot, talked endlessly, and just enjoyed each other's company. She's one of those type of people who instantly makes things feel lighter. We're like besties in a way, but yeah, it's always so fun when she's around. But at the end, March felt alive, and after the months before it, that meant everything. And here is April that carried the warmth forward. The weather just got so much better, and we had a small family barbecue again, because why not? It's warm. Nothing fancy, just good food and good company. And earlier in the month, my aunt left to go back home, which was quite sad, but it reminded me how temporary moments can be and how important it is to go and enjoy them while they're happening. Later on, we just took a very short trip to Cambridge for a day since my mother wanted to do something nice for Easter, since it was just completely tedious at home with limited options. So we were like, okay, let's go to Cambridge. So then we went, and it was such a great experience. I haven't been to Cambridge much. I think the last time I went to Cambridge was when I was very young, and it just felt really great to be back there again because it's a really good city. A lot of students here from the UK go there because their university is very, very good. And yeah, we just went on sightseeing trips most of the time, and the views were just very beautiful. The architecture, the river, and all the canals drifting past, it felt so peaceful and cinematic. It was as if I was in Italy because the river and all the boats going past just reminded me of that. And I was like, oh my goodness, I am in paradise. And it was actually just, oh my goodness, the best experience ever. And the cute little duckies as well next to them. And there you have it. That was my April of this year. Very enjoyable. Now we are in May. Now this month began to be very pressuring for me, obviously because the finals had begun, and the first week was rough mentally and physically. My nerves and all the pressure, the constant revising, it was pretty much a lot. But after a couple of days, I finally adapted and I found the rhythm. Exams became a routine and I focused on taking things one at a time. My revision schedule was chaotic, color-coded, overplanned, and slightly unhinged, but somehow it worked. I mean, it may have told me a bit of discipline and patience and to trust in myself at least. So I suppose there were a bit of some positive points there. Finally, the month of freedom. Finals ended and suddenly everything lifted. Coming back to my socials was emotional. I didn't realize how much I missed the interactions and the messages, the support, and it just reminded me that even online connections can mean something real. It was also Pride Month, one of my favorite times of the year. The energy, the colors, the community, and I even went to a Pride party and it felt like pure joy. June was about celebrating not just Pride, but surviving a difficult chapter, and I definitely approve of it. July arrived with full summer energy and the heat, and I mean a lot of heat, to the point that it was scorching. This month was really huge for me. The graduation prom was completely unforgettable. Getting dressed up, celebrating with friends, realizing that a chapter of my life was officially ending. It was emotional in the best way. The next day was my birthday, and I was surrounded by love, messages, and way too many presents. But it felt special, and I was just grateful for everyone. And then at last, later in the month, we went on holiday to one of our usual destinations. It wasn't Brazil, but it was still amazing. Relaxing as ever, eating way too much ice cream, knowing me, and doing absolutely nothing productive, which was exactly what I needed. I really just needed a breather in general after all of those hard months with revision and exams and all that stress. I think this is what I definitely deserved. August, as usual, wasn't anything else really going on that was special. It was slow, and honestly, I needed that just to catch up on my energy. There weren't many big events, just quiet days and time to rest. Sometimes months don't have to be so busy or meaningful. However, though, my results from my finals came out, and luckily I passed all of them, so yay! And that got me into a very good university, which I was happy. At that moment, the relief, the excitement, I'll never forget it. Knowing I got into university, I wanted to make everything feel worth it. Oh, and we also had a Summerween party at the end to celebrate. It was an absolute blast. I can remember us carving the watermelons rather than pumpkins because it's basically Halloween but incorporated into the summer, and I think that's quite creative of my friends, so props to him for that. We had 2 teams, and surprisingly my team won because we had the best design. It looked absolutely horrendous, I know, but we've won. I really cannot with this. I think that was the most fun and most craziest activity ever. I really enjoyed it. And, well, besides all the mess that we've done, but we managed to clean it up after and eat loads of watermelon slices. September was quite the month for me. It marked one of the biggest changes of the year. I moved into my university apartment, my first real step outside my comfort zone. It was exciting, but also very overwhelming. The new space, the new routines, and learning how to be independent. Being an hour and a half away from my parents wasn't easy, but knowing I could visit them on some weekends made it feel less scary and daunting. I slowly started to find my rhythm, getting settled into the new routine that I was in after a few days, because the first few days was a little rough for me. This month was also very deeply personal to me. September was when I came out as non-binary to everyone, something I have been carrying with me for a very long time. It wasn't easy. It came with fear, doubt, and moments where I questioned myself. Stepping into that truth felt so vulnerable, but it also felt quite freeing. Choosing to be honest about who I am was one of the hardest things I've done, but also one of the bravest. It taught me that growth often comes from discomfort, and that sometimes stepping forward means trusting yourself even when you're scared. As the month went on, university started to feel less unfamiliar. What once felt intimidating slowly became normal. Eventually, it began to feel like home. I surprisingly even made a few friends along the way, because knowing me, I am always an introverted person, and I am not really the type to make friends. But it was a bit different for me, and turns out that I did. But I'm proud of that. It just shows that I'm getting more socially comfortable. But that was all that happened in September. Now into October. The spooky month is here. It was quieter in terms of big events, but still full of moments that mattered. I spent time with friends at a small Halloween gathering at one of their houses. There was laughter, music, and obviously chaos, knowing them. but the good kind of chaos. I did leave completely covered in dog fur though, between one very large dog and 2 cats. It was inevitable though, and honestly, I couldn't change a thing. But October also brought something truly special into my life. The most adorable little creature came into our lives, Lukey, our beloved, mischievous and sweet puppy. From the moment he arrived, everything changed. The house felt warmer, louder, and somehow happier. He brought so much joy, comfort, and laughter into our days. Having him around has been such a gift, and it's hard to imagine life without him now, because he is just so adorable and so cute. Okay, enough of that. But in other terms, October reminded me that sometimes the most meaningful changes come in the smallest forms, with pause, chaos, and unconditional love. And that's what I learned about October. Ah yes, November. It slowed everything down again. The weather turned colder, nights got longer, and winter started to creep in. We put up the Christmas tree early because why not? My mum's a big Christmas fan. Sometimes you need something warm and familiar to look forward to, and that's the only thing that keeps our heads up. And finally, December, the final chapter of the year. It was a festive, cozy, and reflective season. We visited a nearby place of family and spent time together, and overall just enjoyed being present. Christmas arrived, and with it, a sense of closure. Looking back at everything this year held, the highs and the lows, the quiet moments, I realized how much I've grown. And overall, 2025 this year was such a big year for me, and I think that I've learned about myself a lot more this year. And now, here's to whatever comes next. The brand new year awaits us. Looking back at 2025, wasn't perfect, but it was meaningful. It challenged me, shaped me, and taught me things I didn't even realize I was learning at the time. Some moments were heavy, some were joyful, and others were quiet, but all of them mattered. I want to say thank you. Thank you to everyone who showed me kindness, support, patience, and love throughout this year. Whether you were there in person, online, or quietly cheering me from afar, it truly meant a lot to me than I could ever put into words. To those who stayed, and to those who listened, and of course to those who accepted me as I am today, thank you for making me and this year feel so much lighter and special for me. As I step into a new year, I'm carrying the lessons and the growth and the memories with me. I don't know exactly what's coming next, but I do know that I am walking into a stronger and more sure of myself and grateful version of myself. So here's to closing this chapter, and to whatever comes next. We are all in this together, and we will make the most out of this new year. Thank you for being part of my 2025. Oh yeah, and hold on, there's one more thing before we go. One last thing I want to mention before the end is my OC. Ta-da! A brand new style ready for next year. Well, not exactly a new style, but well, I guess you could say. Originally, I didn't plan to have this design at first. I only made it for fun because I thought, why not make a future version of Albino? And people were like, oh my goodness, as soon as I showed the drawing on Instagram and Discord and YouTube as well, and everyone just absolutely loved their design so much that it convinced me to maybe have that as my new main avatar display, because I had this old one for a while. So I decided, like, yeah, why not? We can keep this avatar. I mean, if other people like it and I like it, then yeah, we can totally have it. And I must admit that I made a very good decision. I've been told by many, even of my friends, that him look a lot more mature and grounded and more reflective in a way. I've decided to keep this design, and I don't think I will change it because of how much I fell in love with it. I think I love it and I will remain it this way. And if you can notice, it's even animated as well, so yeah, it's more alive, yay. But anyways, enough yapping about the new avatar design, because it's going to be the new year soon and you guys better go celebrate it. So I'll let you all go. Have a wonderful new year and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and happy new year.